access level has recently increased. Excellent.
Go!
Incoming message.
Welcome, agents, to episode 72 of Behind the Scanner. Your hosts for tonight are Andrew Krug from Arlington, Virginia. And I'm Kelly Colton from Chicago, Illinois. Our special guests tonight are Jon Pohlkamp and Brit Boots. Joining us for the Weekly Truth is Jose Antonio Rey from Operation Essex. And for a look inside the scanner is Fev Games. Welcome to the show. Join us during the broadcast in our live chat room on our website, behindthescanner.com, and click on Chat. The Q&A tool is enabled for tonight's broadcast. Submit your questions throughout the show, and we'll ask as many as time allows. If you know someone who would make a great guest, submit their information to us at behindthescanner.com and click on Guest Suggestions. Don't miss the next episode. Subscribe to our channel and watch previous recordings on YouTube, or listen to audio-only episodes on SoundCloud. And now, your hosts of Behind the Scanner.
Here we go. Okay, sound is up. We're good. Welcome everybody to another edition of Behind the Scanner. It must be Thursday, so there's no reason to delay. We have nipples, nudity, alcohol, and a rocket scientist tonight. Yeah, it's going to be a good show, I think. So
this is a really exciting show, Andrew. Wow.
You have no idea. Wait till
something
we get
for
started.
Everybody.
Yes.
Something for everyone.
Hopefully everybody watching is over 18. We'll see. So with that, let's welcome our guests. And ladies first, it's the Thursday night rodeo time. I don't know what that means, but hey, it's Miss Brit Boots joining us. Welcome, Brit. How's it going?
Hi, doing well.
And joining us tonight from the Blue faction is a man who might be able to help us with the gremlins in our system. Hopefully, knock on wood, we won't have any tonight, but welcome, Agent The Shadows.
Hello, how you doing?
Doing
welcome.
All right, so let's just jump into it. We shouldn't just waste the nudity time. Let's just start with Brit. Go right to her. So I'm always fascinated by a number of things tonight, but I'm fascinated when we start talking to agents in preparing for the show. You know, we learn things about them that I would never expect, and both of you enjoy working with your hands. What is it that you enjoy to you work on, you restore, you repair? Brit, what is that thing?
I actually do a lot of leather restoration and care. I do minor repair work.
So you work on leather, but you aren't wearing any pants right now.
I am not. I do have leather pants.
So you repair the leather pants, you just don't wear the leather pants?
Not on camera.
Okay, all right. Well, Jon, I have to admit, I'm really jealous of you because you have your own woodworking shop. Is that right?
I do. When we were looking for a house, we just happened to find one that had a workshop, interestingly enough. And yeah, I've been woodworking for 7 years now. I got a shop out in the garage, and it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I truly am jealous. My uncle has one, and the stuff that he makes is pretty amazing. What are some of the things that you've made that you're the most proud of?
Oh, the big one was before our first child was born. I made the crib for actually, and our second one's in it now, and that took gosh, a number of probably months to get that done. It turned out really well, and so the day he was born, I put the final coat of poly on it. So I was a little behind, but it got done. It was in the room before he got home, so it was all good. But yeah, I do a bunch of stuff: picture frames, pens, cabinets, this and that. It's nice to get out and actually do something versus just thinking about stuff all day.
Did you say you do pens?
Yeah, it's fun. You can just.
That's awesome. I love pens. I actually collect. I always look for good, big, heavy pens. So do you sell pens? I will buy a pen from you.
I will sell you a pen. I will give you a great deal. You just tell me what you want. I'll hook you up.
Sweet.
Wow.
Behind
the Scanner.
I'm sorry. Yeah, it's weird.
Infomercial. So, both of you, I have a question. What is it that you like to do for fun when you're not interacting with the scanner app or the Intel map? John, why don't you go first?
Oh gosh. Well, I've got 2 kids, and so one's 3.5, one's 1.5. So that takes a lot of time. So other than that, I do a lot of running. I just did a marathon a few weeks ago. Got another one in January. So between kids and running, like that's the allotted fun time I have, other than Ingress, because it's busy around here.
How many marathons have you run?
Oh gosh, 8, 10, something like that. I've been running them for about 7 or 8 years. Slowly getting faster. It takes a long time to get faster, but we're getting there. It's a challenge running down here because it's really, really hot in the summer. But yeah, got to do something.
Very cool. And Britt, how about you?
I travel a lot right now. I'm very, very nomadic right now. I don't have a job, so I can look for a job from anywhere. So I've been traveling around the southeast and actually made it over to the west coast, and I play lots of Ingress. But when I'm not playing Ingress, I drive and hang out with Ingress people.
Is there anything you like to see when you travel?
Yeah, I love to look at nature stuff. Like, we went to Meteor Crater over on the west coast a few weeks ago. Well, it's in Arizona. And I just absolutely had to put my feet in the Pacific Ocean. So that was really exciting.
What are some of the favorite places you've been to if you travel so much?
The beach. I know it's like kind of a cop-out answer, but I love the beach. The West Coast beach was really interesting. It was odd facing west instead of east because I've been East Coast my whole life. And I really like to visit the desert.
So it seems like there's a sand theme is what I'm getting at.
It's the stars. It's the darkness.
Oh, there you go. So it's not the Zen garden and raking and making
No.
Darkness. That's cool. Yeah, you could look up and see stars.
Yes.
Unlike where we live in the city, I look up and see nothing.
Street lamps.
Yeah, the moon sometimes. Light pollution sucks. All right, well, let's talk about your education backgrounds, because I think, Britt, you happen to have a degree in geology. Is that
I
right?
do, which kind of explains the nature thing.
Yeah, and that makes a lot more sense. Although not the sand thing, but that's okay.
Isn't sand like just a bunch of little rocks?
It is. Do you want me to get into an explanation of that?
Go for it. Why not? This is your show. It's on.
So sand is actually, it depends. Most sand that most people see is usually microscopic, itty bitty pieces of quartz.
Quartz, you heard it here. Behind the scanner, you learn things. So, on a serious note, what made you decide to go down that path? Is it you just love the outdoors, and instead of picking science, you went with geology, or did you want to work for an energy company?
I actually have worked for an energy company, but geology is science. It's totally lots of science.
I know. I'm sorry.
I will give you. It's a hard science.
That's a.
Yeah. No, I have been enthralled with rocks ever since I was a child. I have piles of rocks, and if I'd thought about it, I would have grabbed some of my gemstone collections out of the storage. But and paleontology, which is a subsect of geology in education, has always fascinated the crap out of me. Dinosaurs, microorganisms, all sorts of paleontology.
Interesting. There's a show that I'm fascinated with, and I don't know, is it called Prospectors or Miners? But basically, they go up in the hills and they mine for aquamarines and all these other smoky quartz and all these things.
That sounds super cool.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool show.
I don't watch much TV. Only behind the scanner.
Yeah. We're commercial free here.
We are.
Except when you guys are advertising your your wares.
All right. So John, rumor has it that, we joked about it, but you're some sort of rocket scientist. So tell us a little bit about what it's like to be a space shuttle flight for NASA.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome when we were still flying. It's a little less exciting now, Sam's shuttle. But yes, what I was a flight controller. So we were sitting in mission control. So for folks that haven't seen Apollo 13, like, you know, the people sitting in there, that's what I and a whole bunch of other down here did. And yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was stressful because it was busy all the time. You know, you were training nonstop. But I was in charge of the shuttle computers. So if you're looking for help with your mid-1970s computer, I can help you with that. Modern stuff, not so much. But yeah, back in that time frame, yeah, we're pretty much experts on that. So yeah, I was in charge of that. The computers, you know, the crew displays, what they were looking at when they were flying the shuttle, and I probably worked, 10, 15 missions, you know, working ascent entry, orbit, all that type of stuff. And yeah, it was truly a dream job, and it's you know, it's one of those things that we kind of all say here that like it's our dream job, and everything after that's kind of a little bit of a letdown, which is kind of true because yeah, I mean, you're flying people in space. I mean, you're sending commands to this multi-billion-dollar space shuttle. I mean, you're playing video games for work pretty much. So it was yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Really expensive video games though.
Very, very.
So I gotta ask though. Obviously, they discontinued the shuttle program. What do you do now?
So we're getting ready for the next thing, which keeps getting delayed a little bit. But so back in it was early December, there was a mission called EFT-1, which was for Orion. It was just it was no crewed. It was just a capsule. It just went around the Earth a couple times, went real high, came back and tested a bunch of stuff. So I worked the CDH console for that command and data handling. And now we're getting ready for the next test flight, which is called EM-1, which is actually going to go out around the moon, a few orbits around the moon, and then come back. And then after that, the mission after that, we're actually going to send crew to do the same thing. So even though we're not actively flying things in space, you know, we're making it so the next missions that we can operate them, that they'll be successful and kind of doing everything to get ready, even though it's still a number of years off.
I like how he just casually says, "Yeah, we're gonna do a couple laps around the moon and just see if things work out." It's like driving to Dallas and back. You know,
it's one of those things that, you know, when we were doing all the shuttle training, you're doing these sims where they will throw every single failure that they can throw at you, and so you're pretty much at your wit's end, which is, you know, it sucks when you're going through it because, you know, no one likes to fail, but you learn to do that, and you know, you get to the point that not many things faze you anymore because it's just you've been beaten down so many times that it's not too bad. It always could be worse. So it's yeah, it kind of makes it a little more normal.
I think I read recently that we're actually going to send a manned crew to Mars by 2030 is the goal or something like that. What are your thoughts on that? People may say that, whether it actually happens, I think it's going to be a little bit different of a story depending on the funding profiles we've got. But fair enough.
That's eventually the goal, and it would be awesome if it happened. You know, I think we'd all love it to happen sooner because, you know, pretty much all of us at NASA, you know, we love space. We want to do as much stuff as possible, but, you know, we do with what we can for budgets and everything. So it takes a long time because it's very complex.
Neat. Well, for our audience, I want to make sure everyone knows that you can interact with us in our live chat room on our website, behindthescanner.com. Just go there and click chat up at the top, as illustrated by this lovely graphic that Andrew's showing us. Andrew, you and I are such slackers. We haven't even gotten on the chat room.
I'm in the chat room. Don't call me out, sister.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm the slacker. I'm the slacker. Okay. I'm projecting. Sorry.
All good.
So okay. So there's something that we need to explore first before we get into some of the English-related questions. Brit, you have to explain how you saved London from Guy Fawkes.
Yeah, so hashtag blame Musto. He put me up to this. He said that if I was going to be on Behind the Scanner, I had to do something really, really silly. I trolled Andrew and it backfired by him trolling me in the thing. So yeah, I had to go get a mask today.
There you go. I like that.
You're all set for Halloween now.
Right?
So just to be clear, you didn't actually save London.
Well, wouldn't you like to know? You know, secret agents can't really tell their mission secrets.
Oh, true.
That's
Damn,
a OPSEC. Do you not know about OPSEC?
She got me. She got me. Neither confirmed nor denied that fact.
And okay, so John, we understand that your passion is a true sport, which is rooted deeply into Texas culture. How on earth did you pick up the sport of curling in the desert?
Yeah, that's kind of a funny story. So I actually grew up in Minnesota, where it's really cold a lot of the time, and curling's big up there. And I didn't do any curling until I moved down to Texas, which I would not recommend that's how you do it, because yeah, a little bit different down here because it's kind of really hot. But we've got a lot of oil companies actually down in Houston, so it's a bunch of Canadian expats. So there was a curling club, and I was like, really? I don't know. So I went out and tried it a couple times, and I fell in love with it. It's fun. It's essentially the only time I get to actually feel cold in Houston, because otherwise it's just hot the entire time. So it's a lot of fun. It's a lot tougher than it looks. Ice is slippery. People forget that a lot. And those rocks are heavy, so it's fun.
I will say, as somebody growing up from the Midwest, I have curled once or twice in lacrosse.
Really?
That was a nice,
Oh.
yeah, it was a good ring. I maybe at one point they used to be the Olympic Training Center there, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, they've got a bunch of big curling. I mean, that's where all the Olympic teams and everything come out of there, because there are lots of curlers up there.
So, but you live in Texas, so did somebody actually create? Do you guys go to like there used to be an NHL hockey? No, that was in Arizona. I don't know who builds a curling rink.
That's the problem. No one. So we have to curl on like arena ice and hockey ice.
Okay.
Interestingly enough, is not very flat. So some days it's kind of like you're playing mini golf, where the rocks are kind of doing back and forth and stuff. But yeah, it keeps it interesting. But yeah, the ice is quite poor, and in the summer it'll actually be raining on us because it's so humid everywhere that it condenses and it rains on the ice. So it never gets boring.
Interesting. I wondered about that. All right.
It almost sounds like the movie Cool Runnings. The Jamaican
Jamaican
bobsled.
bobsled.
Cool runnings, man.
Yeah, so we're much worse at it than they were for bobsledding. So
Oh, okay.
They actually did. They qualified for the Olympics. That's true.
yeah, no qualifying for us down here, at least for me.
Practice makes perfect.
It's
There's not
actually
enough
very
practice time in the world.
All right, so before we go any further, why don't you guys take a little bit of a quick break? We would normally have the weekly truth, but I don't think Jose is going to be able to join us tonight in time. And there's just way much to cover that I don't even have any cliff notes prepared to talk about it. So we will just jump ahead to everybody's favorite part of the show, which is not nude females, but there we go here. The code of the show. Look at that. Like magic.
The code of the show.
Like magic or a green screen. One of the two. So what do we got here? This one is, I'll actually read it off this week to you. It is.
Oh, that's really helpful.
Isn't it? 8 O V as in Victor, E as in Echo, 8 D as in Delta, A R K as in Kilo, H as in Hotel, Niner, C Charlie, 7 D as in Delta. That's the first one. The second one is Niner. That's actually how you're supposed to pronounce it. Don't laugh.
Oh.
D as in Delta, G, I think, is that an R? Yes, that's an R. 2, N, O, it's the word nourish, Nourish, 2 H's. Number 2, U, 8R. There we go. Leave it up there for a couple more seconds.
I don't think you've ever read them out like that, Andrew. That was really helpful.
I haven't. You know, I work in a place where I could probably read it off phonetically using the whole, I forget what kind of alphabet that's called, but yeah.
I was going to ask if you were going to do that, because you started with the Niner, which is a good start.
Yeah. It's, you know, most people probably wouldn't be able to understand what I'm saying anyway. We'll leave it there for a few more seconds.
Well, you have that really soothing voice that's really nice to listen to. So if you ever want to read my other passcodes to me, you're totally welcome to do so.
All right. Well, I'll read the second one because it's pretty long. So Niner, Delta, Golf, Romeo, the number 2, November, Oscar, Uniform, Romeo, India, Sierra, Hotel, number 2, Uniform, 8, Romeo. There you go. How about that?
Well done.
Whiskey, Tango, Foxtrot. All right, let's pull
Foxtrot
that
uniform
off.
Charlie Kilo.
Yes. Well, sometimes. All right. They've been up there enough.
Going to be adding more ratings to the show, language.
There is an option to do the 18 plus thing. We did a couple episodes of Behind the Scanner After Dark where we just kind of leave things running and we join. And some people watch it, some people don't. But yeah. All right, so let's move on. Enough inside jokes. How about? Oh yeah, we have Inside the Scanner.
Oh, inside jokes inside the scanner. Why
inside
not?
jokes inside the scanner, and joining us tonight is the Fev Games, Fevinist Silverwood. Yeah, there he is.
Welcome. Here he is.
Hey guys, thanks for having me tonight. I really appreciate it. I love the show. You're doing wonderful stuff here. How does my tongue look? Nice. Let's see.
Wow.
So this is my Fev impersonation. We got Fev Games. Look at that. So what do we got going today? Oh, my nose is in my mouth. There we go. We had Ingress for Saturday, November listings. Yeah. So if you have a first Saturday planned for November, let us know. Register it here. We will tally up all the points, and we've got this great map. It's really cool. I don't really know what else to say. So we'll go to the Ingress teardown. Now this is kind of big stuff. We've got capsules, the key capsules that are coming. You've heard that, but in the teardowns we found that you can hold 5 of them and they're different colors. So you don't have to label them. You can see them by sight. There's a blue key capsule, there's a green, red, yellow, and white. And they all hold 100. Now we're not really 100% certain how you get them. There are these chaotic matter units that you're going to be able to use, we think, as like currency. So we're not sure what the cost of these are, the key capsules, but oh no, we do 3,700 CMU. There you go. So the key capsules don't count against your inventory, but you can hold 100 keys in there. You can have a max of the 5 key capsules. That's it. So you'll only be able to have 500 keys that don't count against your inventory. Which, if you remember back in the day when you had like unlimited inventory, if you had a lot of keys, it really lagged down the scanner. So we here at Fev Games believe that this is a good decision to make, and also think that maybe Andrew Krug should get a raise as well. So there we go. Red, white, blue, green. That's about it. It's the big stuff. We're gonna have some more information probably this week, and we'll let you know what we find out about the chaotic mind units. Oh. But there's also a store too. Oh gosh, anybody know the URL off the top of your head? Store.ingress.com, is that it? Something like that? That wouldn't know.
It's store.niantic.com.
Oh, that was close. Yeah, so that didn't work at all, Jesse. Fail.
No, I don't think it's live yet. It was posted, but I don't think it's actually live.
Oh, it was live because you can put your email address in there. Hold on.
Oh, okay, that's new.
Share all the secrets. So store Niantic Ingress. Let's see what comes up. I should have this post. I know Daniel Budellin. Scroll. Here's my feed. You're seeing this isn't going to work. So let me just go to this guy over here. Daniel. On the scanner, doing things live. Love it.
Hey, why not?
Because you'll want to put your name. There it is. Oh, shop.ingress.com.
Shop.
So this is coming. There we go. Coming soon. Niantic Labs store. We don't know what they're selling. Items, swag, something. But put your name in here, your email address, and they will send you an email when they open up. So, yeah, shop.ingress.com. If you want to be brave and maybe try to guess the admin password, it's not Password 123 doesn't seem to work, so that one doesn't work.
Darn.
Coders, maybe?
There we go. That's all we have for Fev Games this week. Follow us on fevgames.net, and we'll have more stuff for you.
Wow. Thank you so much, Fev, for coming on the show tonight.
Oh, I'm leaving.
Yeah.
Hold on.
It was
I
fantastic.
lost my little third. Well, we also had Robert Walker join us just a couple weeks ago. That was so, yeah, I concur with everything that Fev said. All right. Let's get back to the show.
Nice.
All right. So, John, let's start with you. Let's talk about Ingress a little bit.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. It's a game that we played. Both of you guys actually are kind of famous for a few different things. John, you were on an episode of Ingress Obsessed. What was that experience like?
That was interesting. They had wanted my brother, and then they were like, "Well, we'd like to get you into it as well." And I'm like, "But I'm down here," so I ended up flying up to St. Louis, and we took about a day and a half to do it and stuff. So they had a number of people there. We walked through a few things, and then really it was kind of chaotic for the whole first part of the day because you're actually doing a real op. So it's not like it's a fake op that you have done and it's previously happened, in that like you're still working the last minute issues that come with trying to plan a layered field at the same time of filming scenes with RV Fly, doing other stuff like that. So it was a little bit chaotic, but it was a lot of fun. It worked out at the end. It was a little unnerving to have a camera staring at you when you're staring at Intel maps, which isn't super exciting video in my opinion, but they wanted those shots. So they had pictures of me staring at a screen. But it was good, and eventually it all worked out, and I was this close to stealing their drone. They left it unguarded by the door. It was there. It had extra batteries and everything, and I was getting ready to walk out with it, but I did not. I figured they would be a little not pleased, so that was my one regret.
All right, so Brit, I don't think it's any surprise to anybody watching tonight that in the Enlightened circles, maybe in the Resistance circles, you're known as the naked operator for some reason. I don't know. I think it's because you prefer like whole foods and organic things. Do you care to elaborate on how or why you got that nickname?
Yeah, so it was back during just before Persepolis Nashville. I was running an op with some people, and I don't drink, and they were all like, the lead op was all like, "Oh yeah, you're supposed to drink. It makes opping so much better, blah blah blah." I don't drink, and so we came to the consensus that I would just get naked because a lot of people don't wear pants while they operate. So I was like, well, fuck not wearing pants. I'm in my house. I'm getting naked. And so all the guys were like, oh, Pixar didn't happen. Well, I'm not shy, so I took a very classy nude photo. Took a very classy nude photo, and I put best ops as naked ops. And so then there became this huge thing. There's a group called the Green Goblins, which I'm now a part of, and before I got nominated, people were like, hey, this is the naked operator. She belongs in here. So I believe it was actually Barcode Justin that officially gave me that nickname. So yes, I am the naked operator, and I find that fields go up better when I'm naked.
I think the proper response to that is he extends.
She replicates.
I don't know where to go with that. I can't touch that. I have no idea. I apologize.
Well,
it's gonna be one of those nights.
Turn the focus a little bit.
It's your segment now. You're up.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. So, John, keeping on the theme of commonality, you have maybe not exactly how you operate, but
I'm close.
But both of you, plan and support different your faction operations. And John, what is your role typically? Do you have any exciting, things that have happened or any interesting difficulties that you faced?
Yeah, I am pretty much doing this exact thing for pretty much all of our ops. I am staring at a computer screen. We've got a lot of the people that love throwing fields and stuff. I think I may have Gold Illuminator. I don't remember. That tells you how much I throw fields. So yeah, I do a lot of coordination behind the scenes, and then when it actually comes to throwing the fields and stuff like that, I'm generally running it because that's what I enjoy doing. It's like it's work, but I get to do it after hours, So there's a lot of similarities there. But yeah, we've done some fun ops. There was one layered field we did, oh gosh, a year ago, something like that, where we essentially had to decay a whole college town and some other stuff to get enough layers to go through it. So that was interesting, trying to play off an entire city going gray so we could field through it. And then a real fun one was when link amps first came out. We threw a field across the Gulf of Mexico, and this is when Niantic had figured out that links go great circle route. So the links and the fields didn't line up. So that was a bit of an experience. But yeah, I'm like I said, I'm generally telling people what to do, yelling at them to go faster, and saying 4-letter words when they score shards on the opposing team's target.
And Brit, how about you? As the naked operator, what have been some of the most memorable and challenging experiences you've encountered while you're staring at your screen?
Oh boy. So yeah, Jon just said he thinks he has his Gold Illuminator. I had to check to see which one I have. I do have Platinum. That was recent. I did not plan it. I did not operate it. I was handed keys and said, "Here, you need your Platinum. Let's go." Probably the biggest challenge for me was when I first started operating. I was so hungry for it, and I was like, "Oh, you want me to do this, and you want me to do this, and you want me to do this," and I was operating like 2-3 nights a week on different big fields, and I was like, "Nope, this is too much." I was like once a week, and now I've cut down to one large size field a month. If it's more than one state, it's a large size field. And I won't do that more than once a month. I will do smaller city fields just whenever friends ask me to. And I've pared down who I will operate for as far as field planners go. Working with field planners is a pain in the ass. So yeah.
Any particular reason you say that?
They're like, I love my field planners that I work with, which is why I work with them. But there are some field planners that are like, "Look, I drew a triangle. Can you make this happen?" And then there are some field planners that are like, "I drew a triangle, I've got the players, I've got the blockers taken care of, I just need you in front of a computer screen and, go time." So there's people that I consider just field planners, which is I drew a nice triangle, and there's people that I consider personnel coordinators, which they draw the triangles, and they start grouping up people. And then when I come in, which I way prefer to come in from the beginning of a project and assist with that way I know who's doing what. So,
Jon, you were shaking your head to that. Have you experienced that as well?
Oh yes, my favorite are the fields where someone will draw a triangle between 3 random downtowns of big cities and be like, "Hey, we should do this," and it's like, "Well, that's an idea." Yeah, and I'll get back to you on that one. So yeah,
right. There's a nice way to tell field planners no.
Yeah, it's triangles are the easy part. It's the there's blockers in the way that takes a little bit more time. So yeah, some field planners can be a pain in the ass.
So I do want to point out again, everyone watching, we're going to be asking questions of our guests. So if you have not done so already, you can submit questions at this time. If you're watching via YouTube, you have to click the banner at the bottom of the video that says "Be part of the conversation." And from there, you click the square grid menu icon in the upper right and select Q&A. It's really pretty easy. Fun.
Well, to be fair, it's 3 clicks.
It's okay. It's just a couple clicks.
Then there's the Q&A. So it might be 1 click too many for some people out there.
Yeah, and especially when we're all used to just hitting one button, the hack button.
Right. All right, let's see. What else can we talk about? How about, both of you, I believe, were involved with the most recent Flash Shard thing down in Houston. So, Brit, what was your experience like? Were you operating or were you on the ground? Or How'd they go?
I had a freaking blast. I did not expect to like it. I was like, this is going to be so silly. These are all crazy. It's like soccer, but with shards. And I was originally going to operate, and I started coordinating operators on the light end, and then I realized we don't have a lot of people on the ground we don't have a lot of people on the ground. And so I ended up driving to Houston and playing on the ground at a target portal with INFMD and Dragon Moose, who was on last week, I believe. And it was a fucking blast.
Nice. So, I guess not having been part of it, because I've only been out for like once, what aspect of it made it so fun?
It was very fast-paced. Regular shards, my first experience with shards, I babysat a Devra shard, number 9, for a week in South Florida with the Treasure Coast Enlightened and the Palm Beach Enlightened, and a few of the West Coast Enlightened came over to assist. But it was nuts. That was my first experience in shards, and that was when I first started playing the game. And so I had no idea what to expect when they were like flash shards, and it was just really fast paced. There was no downtime. It was go go go, and then we're done. So it was kind of nice to have it all wrapped into a little bubble.
Nice. Sounds like fun. I'll have to get one if I get close by. So what about you, John? Being the other faction there. So actually, hold on. Was it who won Houston? You guys did, right? The
Resistance.
And it was by
1 point.
1 point.
1 point.
Yeah. The target that I was at got 8 of our shards.
Ooh.
So, but then Resistance got 13 total, I think.
Yeah, 13 to 12.
Yeah.
So, John, from your perspective, what were things like on the ground?
It was amazing because I didn't even go in. I didn't even open my scanner the entire day. It was awesome. I got to stay home and yell at everyone what to do.
Nice.
It was great. It was completely chaotic because we found out late because we got gifted it from Toronto, which both sides were super excited for. And then there were some semi-serious joking plans of just bathing and going to drink beer. And then the rules came out, and then it was nice because the rules came out and the scores didn't matter, and everyone was super excited about that. And then 2 days before, Niantic's like, "Oh, we lied. Scores matter now." So that kind of was annoying. But it was, honestly, at least from an operator point of view, it was one of the most fun events I've ever been a part of because there was so much going on. I'm kind of surprised I didn't cause any bikers to pass out as much as I was making them do. But it was chaos. There was stuff going on everywhere, and in the end, it came down to a portal, which we were super fortunate to have it named. It was the Dick Dowling portal. So that was the final battle, and we literally have had 3 weeks of dick jokes. It's been amazing. So
we have too.
it could not have worked out any better for that. And it got a little sketchy in the middle there, where we got up to an early lead, and then Enlightened fought back, and then it was a tie, and then it kind of was a scrap for the last couple points. And really, it came down to the last 2 jumps, I think, where at a couple points, Enlightened actually had their target linked to a set of 2 shards, and at one point a set of 4 shards and stuff like that. So it really was a toss-up, and that was a fun thing, and that folks felt like they were doing something. Whereas an Anomaly, you're fighting for a portal, you don't know if it actually was held at the checkpoint time until minutes later. Whereas this, folks are actually making links and scoring points and stuff, and I think that's what people really enjoyed. They felt like they were actually doing something and a part of it. But it was crazy because you're asking people to go for what it was, by the time people start showing up, almost 6 hours with literally no breaks, because when you've got a 15-minute between shard jumps, that goes by really quick. So it was a lot of fun, and we have Dick Dowling to thank in the end.
I'm glad you guys got some enjoyment. That's good.
Hey, John, earlier we were talking about Ingress Obsessed, and, your brother's story was really inspirational. I wanted to ask you, how's your brother doing these days? And for those of the audience who haven't, seen the episode or heard about the story, can you give us just a quick thumbnail of what happened?
Yeah, he was going through a lot of issues with an eating disorder, and and he was moving to, I think it was a new city at the time, and I kind of got him involved in Ingress to try to expand his, the people that he's seen, because it's a good way to, especially when you're in a new area, to meet new people and to get involved and to do something, to make you do something else and have fun and stuff. So, he'd worked through that, and he had credited Ingress a lot with helping him kind of get through it and getting him a kind of a good circle of friends. And yeah, he's doing real well. He's actually coming down to visit us, I think next weekend, and I just saw him a few weeks ago as well. So yeah, he's doing real well. He actually helped me for Houston, and he's still doing a lot of Ingress stuff. So he's doing good.
Oh, cool. Now, do either of you get recognized for being on Ingress Obsessed?
Mitch did. Oh, what was it? The last Austin anomaly. Somebody kept staring at him weird, and then eventually it was Matilda. I can't remember. It was like someone like that like then finally put it together. But yes, some people will recognize me, and then I'll get weird comments after ops when people finally place where they've heard my voice before. But yeah, no, my celebrity has not spread too far.
So okay, Brit.
Yes.
Now where where do you go from here from an Ingress perspective? What's on your Ingress bucket list that you have yet to do?
Funnily enough, I have recently taken a step back from the administrative side, and I'm actually getting more into the ground side. I kind of played on the ground for like 3 months and then went straight into the operator seat, so I actually do not get to play on the ground all that often, and I've been doing it more and more. I just did a cross-faction field last night with Charlotte Resistance. That was a lot of fun, except for when some European was like, oh, that's a Confederate flag. I just want to clear the air to everybody. That was not a Confederate flag. It was an X for XVAC. Really what I would really like to do is I want to throw big fields, big green fields, and I actually am really, really hoping to execute one of the biggest teal fields that we've seen. I want to do a big teal field.
That sounds pretty cool.
How big is big?
Like 7 to 10 states.
That would be big.
Wow.
That would, like, really big. But as far as the game goes,
If you only knew how to contact like an operator for the resistance side, gosh.
actually, one of my best friends is one of my best friends in the game. His name is Azure Sea Knight. He's a resistance operator out of South Florida, and he is a blast to work with on cross-faction stuff.
Cool.
So he just plays for the wrong team.
Do you guys want to wade into the deep end that is the viewer questions?
I don't possibly see what could go wrong with that.
No, not at all.
Are we going to behind the scanner after dark now? Is that what's happening?
You know what? With some of these questions, we might have to. Yes. We'll enable the 18 plus real quick. All right. Let me get my list. So again, if you're watching us live right now, there's 2 ways you can do it. You can either go to behindthescanner.com, click on chat, jump in the chat room, ask your question there. We tend to give away codes to people if we ask your question. Otherwise, there's also the Q&A app. So if you're watching on YouTube, I'm not going to repeat it. You've watched the show. You know the 3 clicks. Go there and do that. So let me see. Wow, there's so many good questions. How about... We already know the answer to this one. This is from Blue Solo Cup at Lily. Where are your clothes? Where are your clothes? Are they even nearby?
Yeah. Do you want to see them?
You know what? Why not? Why not?
I mean,
careful with the camera, though. Okay, there we go.
There's my floor, and yeah, my pajamas are blue. I call them my Smurf pajamas.
Nice. All right. So let's see. This is from. I love the names tonight. This is from Catnips Your Portal. He wants to, or she wants to hear John's rocket ship voice.
I seconded that.
I don't have a rocket ship voice.
Oh, come on, John.
Come on.
Oh, this is my rocket ship voice. I don't have anything special. People think that, but no.
Can you count down for us?
I didn't actually get to do the countdown. I wasn't that person. All I got
come
to say
on,
was,
do it. You know you've always wanted
I got to say
to.
liftoff confirmed, which was exciting as it got.
Ooh.
But you didn't say it like that. So do the liftoff confirmed for us.
No, it was liftoff confirmed. It was.
There you go.
Oh.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah, sorry
I was gonna set something
for
around the moon.
let you all down. But that's as exciting as it gets.
All right, let's see. Let's go to the Q&A app. We got a bunch coming in there too. How about? Oh, wow! I have to read these. What are your plans? Oh, you know what? This is a really good one. Wow, this might be actually too deep for tonight. But Sunny Lee wants to know. This is for both of you. So we'll start with John. What are your plans for expanding the Ingress? Oh, where did they go? What are your plans for expanding the Ingress community, such as promoting diversity? How do you guys combat like discrimination in Ingress, such as racism, sexism, homophobia, all that sort of stuff?
I don't have a good answer for that. My Houston folks will fully understand what this question is, and by just being inclusive, I guess. I don't know.
So this is an inside question.
This is a very inside question. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Well, let's move along then. How about?
Wait, do I get to answer?
Oh, you're right. I'm sorry. It was for both of you. Go for it. Yes.
I do have an answer to this actually, and it also it answers a second question that someone asked on there, which is what is my tattoo for?
Dang it! Stop stealing all of my thunder.
No, it actually has something to do with the question at hand.
Oh, okay.
No, so this is a Mr. Friendly tattoo, and this is positive, negative, doesn't matter, we're all friends. It's actually a campaign to fight the stigmatism of HIV and AIDS. So that is a huge part of my life. In my real life, my non-Ingress life, is I'm a huge advocate for homosexuality and LGBT, whatever, QIA, alphabet soup. And I just have a zero tolerance policy with it. I will kick someone off an op so fast for having any sort of discrimination like that. I have torn into my new players, back home when like I've got a level 2 calling a level 2 enlightened calling level 16 Smurf just derogatory terms. I've torn into them. It's not acceptable. I have a zero tolerance policy for it.
Good answer. It's 2015. I think we can get past a lot of that stuff. All right. Well, let's keep it deep then. So this question is from Korean Sun Queen. I think that's how I pronounce her name.
Yeah,
so
Sun
Brit,
Queen.
Why don't you go first? What advice would you give to a longtime player who is starting to get bored with the daily grind and only gets interested when there's an anomaly or special event?
This is a really tough question for me to answer, especially because I know Korean pretty well. And I would normally say to, get involved in your community and get other people that, there are other people that are bored. Make your own event. There was somebody that made their own anomaly up when there wasn't one for the third quarter. But it's hard, especially in some areas there are not a lot of other players, and I don't have a good answer for that. So maybe John has a better one.
For us, it's been the Walter Hall Farmers Union. Kid you not, it's our local farm, and we've got a farmers union, and you can always find people there. It's boring deploying and hacking and everything, but like we've had this farm for years, and that's like our meetup spot. So even though it gets boring doing the drudgery, have a farmers union.
I've blown up that farm before.
A lot of people have, and it is going probably back up right now.
Yeah, Wiley just asked you to deploy on it in the Q&A thing on the side.
Yeah, I don't think I've deployed in 3 weeks, so this is advice for other people because I think I'm about ready to be kicked out.
I have a question for you. Do you Sojourner?
Which one is that?
It's the one where you have to hack once a day. I got to 73 days, and I lost it during an op, and I was like, fuck this.
Oh, I think I got to, 90? This tells you how closely I watch my in-scanner stuff.
Right.
But then I lost it because I think I was just too lazy one day.
I got gold and then stopped on an op. Okay, sorry.
No, I've got a portal 10 feet out of my backyard, and I've got one at work, so like there's no reason for me not to have it other than like I'm just that bad at actually playing the game itself.
Me too.
Nice. Why are you on the show then? I don't understand. You're bad.
I don't know. I was going to say no, and someone told me to say yes.
All right, so
because
let's
someone
get
went to the website and clicked on guest
yeah.
questions.
Great plug. Yes, and they filled in your name. All right, let's get back to the more lighthearted jokes then. How about Cletus Melvin wants to know what is the best joke from? It says the anomaly, but I'm guessing he's meaning the flash shards because you guys had the Dick Dowling joke. So what's the best Dick Dowling joke that you guys got? Let's go to John first.
Oh man, there was a lot of jokes revolving around holding that portal and holding it. The operator had to be real firm with him. Yeah, we're literally all middle schoolers when it comes to this portal, and I don't see that stopping anytime soon. We're looking to get Dick Swag because that obviously seems like the appropriate thing to do.
Is the Dick Swag going to be cross-faction?
Probably.
Because I would love some Dick Swag.
Yeah, and we were super excited when we saw the London Flash Shards cluster area because that seemed to fit right in with the Dick Dowling portal because it looks like something. So,
It does.
that was the first thing all of us thought. We're like, wow, that's not even subtle.
Excellent.
I guess for me, the best Dick joke, or the best, excuse me, the best joke for me from the anomaly, not even about dicks, or the Dick Dowling, or anything. And actually, I'm going to put Cletus on blast here because he's the one that asked the question. The funniest thing that came from the anomaly was hashtag Cletus the sweetest. Because he brought me a bottle of water that morning at my captain's meeting because he knew I hadn't eaten anything at all that day. And so he made sure I was hydrated. So he got hashtag Cletus the sweetest. Everybody should calm bomb him. He's going to kill me later.
Awesome. All right, so this next question it's something that we've talked about actually pretty recently with some of the guests that we've had on the show. But it would be very appropriate for you, both of you actually. So Brit.
I didn't do it.
A little bit biased of a question, but what are your views about barcode accounts in general? And how about, it's almost biased to ask the people that are misappropriating the name, but so the barcodes, your name is a barcode.
It is.
Do you have any thoughts over some of the controversy that surrounds people misappropriating or using the name?
I absolutely do. So there are barcodes. There are blue barcodes. There are green barcodes. There are short barcodes. The thing is there's also this thing called Legion, which is just enlightened barcodes, and it's not all enlightened barcodes. We hold ourselves to a standard. Yes, we love to troll, we love to joke around, we love to play the game, we love to just play in general, but if there are people doing shit that they shouldn't be doing, we absolutely police our own. We don't just let any player into Legion automatically. And we have to hold ourselves to a higher standard. Because we are put under such scrutiny, because simply being a barcode makes us a target.
Very, very fair. So, John, Texas is kind of a hotbed of barcode activity, if you will.
Yeah, we've got a few. I will say that it's a thing. They exist. Some barcodes are fine and others are not, and there's always a little bit of irony when we've had some that were trying to prove that they weren't cheating and they asked us to vouch for them and we're like, hey, we don't know who you are, you're a barcode. So yeah, they're a thing. Some are good, some are not, but you could say that about any player, red, green or blue.
That's very true. Just because, one bad apple doesn't ruin the lot. That's all I'll say. All right. Oh, gosh, I don't even know where to go from here. How about favorite part of the anomaly? I'm not sure what they mean by this, so let me twist the question around and ask a different way. Yeah. So for you, Brit, out of all the anomalies and everything that you've been a part of, what has been your favorite memory, I guess?
My favorite memory from all the anomalies that I've been to? Okay, so the first anomaly I participated in was shown in Orlando. And my mentor duo 86M was co-captaining the fielding team at the near fields, and so I got thrown onto a fielding team, and I was like, I don't even know what a field is. Like, I was just like baffled. And I drove around with my now ex-fiance and two really cool guys that we just randomly got paired up with, breaking links all day. We broke links, we did missions. It was an amazing time, and we got donuts. So donuts during anomalies are totally a thing. Because when the hot and ready sign is on, you pause whatever you're doing. But the best moment, I think, was getting to the after party and having the people on the ground tell us about, when our fields went up during the last measurement. Apparently the resistance just walked off the field at that point. It was like 4 minutes before the end of the counter measurement, and we got like, I think, 7 or 8 layers up. I have no idea how many. It could have been less, it could have been more, but once you get 3 or 4, you've got solid green on your scanner, and resistance just threw their hands up.
That sounds very memorable. Yeah, I hadn't heard that one before. Nice, interesting. All right, John, what about you?
Oh, my favorite part, honestly, would have to be Houston Flash Shards at 1 p.m. because we threw a bath and we hit the checkpoint during the Flash Shards event. So that was pretty funny for a number of reasons in Texas.
Yeah, I know the inside jokes there, and I too thought that was actually kind of funny.
Yeah, it wasn't originally planned that way, and then it kind of worked out, and we're like, well, let's just hit checkpoint for giggles, and yeah, it was kind of funny.
All right, so let's ask one more sort of serious question, then we'll close out one more lighthearted question. So Morgan H wants to know, what is it that you enjoy about operating Intel, for both of you? I don't care who goes first. Somebody go.
Can you remember what the question? Fuck.
What do you enjoy about operating Intel?
What do I enjoy about operating Intel?
Yeah, what's the attraction there for you?
I like to tell people what to do. I'm not going to lie. Everybody in Lighten who's watching this is laughing their asses off right now. I have a bumper sticker. It says, "I'm right, you're wrong, deal with it." And that's actually rule 5 in my life is Brittany is always right. So, yeah, everybody's probably laughing. I like telling people what to do.
Fair enough.
Hey, all right. John, what about you?
I don't think if anyone that operates can't not say that it's because you tell people what to do. But like for me, since we're not flying shuttles and doing that stuff at work as much, like there's a rush that comes when you're doing any operations, and like you get a little bit of that when you're doing this. So it's the rush where you're watching the clock. You're having to make that split-second decision where it's going to make or break either the anomaly or everything, and like you've got to make the right decision. And there's adrenaline that goes with that, and I think that's fun, and that it's I think the laziest way to be an adrenaline junkie is to operate.
I can agree with that 110%.
Yeah, I have definitely experienced that. All right, so let's end it with this question from, oh God, I'm going to butcher his last name, if it's even a real one, Anthony Lambrewski. It's for Brit, but I'll ask both of you. Think long and hard. He's cooking dinner, and he needs to know, should he use soul food seasoning on his, I'm assuming that means blackened chicken, or should he just use a few random bottles of spices from the cabinet?
I think that if you're going to ask both of us, John should go first, because I already know the answer to this question.
All right.
Oh, see, for this is easy for me, because I'm from the Midwest, and blander is better. So nothing, you just put salt and pepper on it, and make a hot dish, and you're set.
Oh, God, that sounds horrible. My parents are both chefs, so I'm like, oh. No, Tony is actually one of the guys that threw the cross-faction field at me last night, and he chose soul food because we didn't ask his question early enough. But I would have totally picked bottles of spices from the cabinet.
That's half the fun, I think. I agree with you on that answer. Yeah.
There's a difference in cooking and following a recipe.
True. All right, since I've been talking for a while, Miss Kelly Colton, Agent Kelly, you want to do number 11 there in the list?
Oh, yeah. Okay, well, this is like one of my favorite times. It's our BTS tradition, and for better or worse, we ask each guest at the end of the interview section, we give them 60 seconds to talk about whatever they'd like, give a shout out to whomever they want, and whenever you're ready, how about we have Brit go first?
Okay, so this is shout-outs are tough. Hi, everybody back home. I was told to do this for some reason. And I have been specifically asked by one of the rooms I'm in, it's called Guinea Pigs Are Awesome, #BlameShaggy. We do hashtags a lot in Enlightened. Somehow include that Barcodes are going to hang out with Kate in New Orleans. So you guys know that the New Orleans Anomaly is coming up soon. I will be there. Yay. I'll be playing on the ground again. Terrified. So Barcode's hanging out with Kate in New Orleans. Hi to my Green Goblins. And my people in Houston and my Charlotte friends and Jay, who is Master MU. He's the best fielder in Charlotte. And, oh God, I don't know how much time I have left, but yeah, Barcodes. Shout out to Barcodes because I love Barcodes.
We really don't keep time.
Oh, good. So I can keep talking and talking. I should go through a list. I would like to thank my mom and my dad. And they're going to start playing the music on me. And just for one more time. All right, I think I'm done now. Someone's going to... Oh, and Lady Anastray and all of my Europeans in drunk chat. Okay, I'm done now.
Very cool. Awesome. All right, John, you're up next.
Wow, I don't know if I can follow that, especially because when you guys sent the show notes, I read a lot of it and I stopped reading halfway through, so didn't see this part. Yeah, that's a nice surprise. So I will not take my full 60 seconds since you guys aren't timing, and I will just say, yes, Walter Hall, Farmer Union forever, and I will leave it at that.
Brevity is nice quality.
You can say it in fewer words, do it that way.
That was kind of like Jim Webb during the debates, though, complaining about not having enough time and he was using his time. Yeah. Not saying that you're not going to take the whole 60 seconds. It's kind of like taking the whole 60 seconds.
True.
All right.
All right, cool. Well, I enjoyed the 60, 30, 20 seconds, however many seconds that you guys decided to take. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. It was such a pleasure to meet you both, Brit and John. And Andrew, do you have anything else to say tonight?
I have lots of things I can probably say, but I won't. But thank you guys for coming on. It was a blast. We appreciate it. Yeah, always entertaining. So thank you guys. And for everybody out there, happy hacking.
Yeah, join us next week.
See if I can do this and make it work now. I was playing around with this video. Blank credit roll.
All right. Well, it seems like everything went pretty well this show.
Do we have a nipple slip? I don't know if we had a nipple slip.
No.
Here you go. Wait, are we still on air?
My goodness.
Are we still on air?
Yeah, hopefully the anything could happen. It's a live show. We don't even know.